Hey y'all, Justin with Kayak Catfish. Well, it is finally time. My 2023 South Florida adventure has begun. I just rolled into Lake Ida here. I'm on my way down to the Florida Keys tomorrow, but I'm stopping off here to try to get some of them big copper-nosed bluegill and maybe some peacock bass. Who knows, maybe an exotic species or two as well. Everything is in here in Lake Ida, man. Everything grows down here in South Florida. So I got a couple hours of daylight left. I said, I'm gonna come out here. We just gonna throw at these docks. We're gonna throw at everything. And I thought, with the limited amount of time I've got to fish this evening before dark, I'm just gonna turn this camera on and leave it rolling. We're gonna go raw and uncut, totally unedited video. You're just gonna be out here fishing with me. I'm bringing y'all along on the South Florida adventure. So I'm gonna put the camera in the chest here. I'm gonna get my shades on because it is bright out here today, man. I left Tennessee and it's still warm there at the house, man. We've had a pretty warm fall, but it's daggone hot down here, man. I'm sweating. I was sweating as soon as I stepped out the car. There's a big iguana. He's probably 5-6 foot long, just walking across the grass right there where I was launching at. So I launched my kayak right over here. There's a dock right over here at this park. I just come across the channel right here to these docks, and we're going to start here and just kind of make our way along. We're going to throw at everything down through here. We'll throw at these docks and lily pads and all kinds of stuff that they got in here, and we'll see what all we can catch today. Now tomorrow I'm gonna have a lot more time. So the place I'm staying at in the Florida Keys, can't check in there till 4 o'clock tomorrow. And person I'm meeting down here, I'm picking them up at the airport at 6. So I'm not gonna get down to the Keys till late tomorrow evening. But that's gonna allow me the chance to fish pretty much all day. And I'm gonna come out here about dawn in the morning and fish until it's time to leave to go to the airport. So I'm gonna have all day tomorrow. But since I got down here with some time to spare this evening with some sunlight left, I said, well, heck, let's just get out here today, by gosh. So I'm gonna see what's going on here in these next couple hours, see if I can figure out a pattern of some kind, where fish are, maybe what they're holding on, something like that. And then tomorrow I'll come out and we'll be a lot more dialed in. Well, hell, I ain't even showed you what I'm throwing here. These last couple hours this evening, I'm gonna throw this bait right here. This is my favorite ultralight bait. That's a Gulp minnow, smelt color, 1 inch long, on a 1/64 ounce jig head, number 8 size hook, 2 pound test line, my trusty ultralight rod, my St. Croix Panfish series rod, and I got a 1000 size Daiwa Regal reel. I'm gonna throw this right here this evening. I do have another rod with me, and we may throw a little bit too, possibly. It's my skipjack rig back home, crappie magnets. Them peacock bass, in years past when I have come here, I have caught some peacock bass on them crappie magnets. They seem to like a smaller crappie jig like bait. So we're gonna move along here to this other dock. I can get myself spun around. We'll see what's going on over here. Yeah, y'all, I'm excited to be here. I love it down here. There's just so many different fish down here in South Florida that I don't have a chance to go after back home. Whether it be these exotic species like peacock bass and clownfish and stuff like that, or even the copper-nosed bluegill. That's not something I have access to back home. And those copper-nosed bluegill, the ones I've caught here before, I mean, they're like hand-sized, they're huge. So we're gonna try to get some of them, and then once I make it down to the Keys, I'm gonna be going after sharks. That's what I'm gonna spend my time doing down there. I'm gonna be down there working in bridges. And last year, boy, I got me a big hammerhead, bull shark. I hooked a couple big nurse sharks, black tips. I mean, they all down there. There's all kinds of species of sharks down there in the Keys. They're all up and down the coast, but that warm water down there on the Keys along them bridges, I mean, it's just Amazing fishery down there. So that's what I'm gonna spend the next week doing. Boy, I'm excited about it too. This is just gonna be the warm-up out here this evening and tomorrow. I could have went on down, just kept driving today, and go on down to the Keys and fish there tomorrow. But if I did that, I was gonna have to turn around and drive 2 hours back to the airport. So I was like, I'm just gonna hang around here. I like fishing Lake Ida. It's a nice, kind of small freshwater lake here. I think this area, y'all can fact check me, I think it's West Palm as to the, I think it's West Palm where this lake is located. So it's about 13 hours from my house to get down here. I split up my drive. I drove to Valdosta, Georgia last night, and then drove the rest of the way today. I hit last night. I was hoping to make it farther last night. My goal when I left the house was to make it to Orlando yesterday. That way I could get here earlier today, but y'all know how traffic is. It's a nightmare, especially through Atlanta. So I had all kinds of delays yesterday evening, and I hit Valdosta, which is about the halfway mark, and I was like, man, I'm whooped. I'm just gonna get a hotel here and spend the night. I'm gonna have a hard time here, y'all. Bear with me. I'm gonna get spun around. This wind ain't my friend. It's blowing just enough to be a little bit of a nuisance for controlling position here on the kayak. I'm gonna try to get spun around here, that way I can make some better casts. I think it was, if memory serves me, and it certainly ain't what it used to be, it was one of these two docks last year that I got on some big bluegill. So far these docks ain't really producing much, but we're gonna keep making our way along. There's a bunch more down through here. Now, one thing last year, I think I was down here in December last year. Yeah, I was in December. So I'm a little bit earlier this year, which should, in theory, help my cause with these exotic fish, because they like the warmer water temps, and you know, you get on into another month into winter, a few more cold fronts come through, the water temperature will start dropping, they won't be as active. So I'm hoping being down here a little earlier is gonna help us catch a few more. Tomorrow will be the best chance for sure, because on my way out in the morning I'm gonna stop at a bait shop and get me some shiners, and I'm probably gonna troll around a little bit and try to cover some water and see what I can get with them old shiners. But today we all artificial. I didn't want to waste any time trying to find a bait shop down here and fight traffic and get on the water any later, since it's already so late in the afternoon. Well, it ain't so late in the afternoon, it just gets dark early. We're at that point in time in the year where it gets dark early anyway, and then when you on the eastern coast of Florida, I mean, like you're on the eastern part of the eastern time zone, so it gets dark here a little earlier than back home anyway. Oh, there's this one. We're hooked up. Oh, he spit it, whatever he was. I don't know what that was. He was little, whatever he was. We didn't want that one, no way. If we're gonna get the skunk out here, we'd like it to be with a little bit better fish than that. These houses, man, I can't imagine I know how much lakefront property goes for back home. I can't imagine like a house like this, what that thing would probably sell for. It's got to be in the millions. I was back home the other day, I was catfishing, and I was going by a house that had a for sale sign, and I looked it up, just curiosity, you know, and it was, I mean, it's a big house on the lake, 6 bedrooms, 6 bath. I mean, way more space than anybody really needs, unless you're the dang Brady Bunch. 6 bedrooms, 6 bath, decent sized lot, but no real land with it. 3.5 million. So I can't imagine down here how much these places go for. But it don't cost me a dime to come out here and enjoy them. Well, I mean, it does. It costs me money to get down here. But once I get to the water, the launch here, it's free. It's public park. You don't have to pay anything to put in and fish here. Just you know, your Florida fishing license with freshwater and saltwater, it's like $100, I think. So beyond that, I can come out here, enjoy the sights, these fancy houses, these creatures down here, these dang iguanas and stuff, and all their exotic fish. And I'm gonna enjoy getting blown up here on this dock here in a second. This dang wind. The wind ain't our friend when you ultralight fishing, folks. Alright, let's move along here, see if we can throw on the other side of this thing, if I can get spun around. It's gonna be a daggone blooper video here, me just trying to fight this wind to steer this kayak around these docks. Come on, Bessie, turn. There you go. She turns slow, but she'll get there eventually. Look at all that fishing line right there. Well, there's been some casts made to this dock. It seems awful loud out here. I don't know if that's picking up on the camera or not. I can't tell if it's like, that right there is obviously airplane, but I guess just the road noise from the interstate. It's loud out here. I hope it ain't coming across the camera too bad. I can't believe we ain't got nothing around these docks. I know it's real shallow over here. I can't tell you an exact depth. I don't have my graph. I brought my Old Town kayak down here because it's better for the ocean. So I don't have a graph on it. Can't tell you depth, water temperature, anything like that. But I know it's shallow over here by these docks, but still, I'd have thought we'd have got something over here. Make one more cast at this one. I normally like to cover a little water. Well, we definitely gonna have to cover some water today just because the dang wind's gonna keep us moving. That wind it'll help us fish a little faster. I guess it's gonna get my butt in gear whether I want to be in gear or not. Let's make some casts over at them lily pads. Normally I throw this Gulp, I like to just let it fall. That's how a lot of the bites back home happen on this bait. You just throw it out, it falls as it sinks through the water column. Those fish see it like a dying minnow, they come out and snatch it. But out here today, with the wind blowing like it is, I may have to do a little bit more active presentation. I may have to kind of cast and retrieve a little more just so we feel the bites. Look at iguana. You see him up there on that tree, on that palm tree limb? He's guarding them coconuts up there. That iguana dares you to go up there and try to get you one of them coconuts. Them's the South Florida guard dogs right there. You don't mess with them, they'll swat you with that tail. It's like a whip. Them things thrive down here though. People, I guess they got started down here as like aquarium pets. And they got out, and it's the perfect climate for them. We got a fish right here finally. Finally we got on some. This feels like a good one right here too. Fish number one is, what is that? It's not a bluegill. I think that's one of them, I don't know what that is. Is that a tilapia? It's either a tilapia or a Mayan cichlid. I can't remember off the top of my head what that is. Either way, a fish that I don't have back home. And he ate it off that dock over there. I don't know if those are schooling fish or not. We'll throw over there and see if he's got a friend with him. He fought good. We got the skunk out, y'all. It happened. No skunk today. Took longer than what I would have ideally liked, especially for an unedited video. You know, you gotta, these Generation Z people ain't got no attention span. You can't expect them to watch past a few seconds if you ain't reeling in a fish. So those of you that have stuck with me however many minutes it's been that I've been making a fool of myself trying to navigate these docks with the wind blowing like it is. Thanks for sticking with me to see fish number one. We're going to hopefully see several more this afternoon. That's one thing about this ultralight tactic with the Gulp minnows is it's rare. I mean, really rare to get skunked. You'll have bad days. I took a little road trip to Del Hollow Lake before I come down here, and boy, I stunk it up over there. But I still probably caught a dozen fish. So I mean, you gonna get bit with this lure and this bait, even if it's a slow day. Well, I had one hit me then. Let's go over here and play bumper boats with this dock so I can get myself spun. There we go. Oh crap, I threw that thing around the dock, now my line's hung on it up there. There we go. I'm still hung on it. Now I pulled it back too far. Well, if y'all was my friend, you'd have reached over there and got that thing off that pole so it would have fell down where I wanted it to be right there. I can't count onions for nothing. Here I am letting you reel in these fish for me. One thing about too with my setup, I didn't spend hardly anything in gas. I filled up. Well, I filled up before I left, and I stopped once last night and filled up again. I stopped at Buc-ee's, got a Texas cheesesteak burrito, very overpriced but very delicious. And then before I left out this morning, before I got on the interstate, I I filled up with gas again, just partial tank. And somewhere down the Florida Turnpike, I got on one of them, I don't even know what they're called, service centers, I guess. They're in the medians. And they need to do a better job with them things. They need more gas pumps. So every gas pump has somebody in it. You was basically in a line for every gas pump. So I got held up there. But otherwise, I mean, my car, I get 32 miles a gallon towing the kayak trailer. So we can cover some miles for very little money in my rig. These fellas pulling the big boats around, they can't get 32 miles a gallon when they ain't towing a trailer. I think I want to move kind of quick through here. I want to get down here and fish these other docks. And up here on the right, somewhere up here on the right, there's a canal, a cut through that goes over to the other side of the lake. And I think I want to kind of work my way up through there. With the way the wind is blowing right now, I think if we get into that canal, we may have a little reprieve from it. I'm gonna hit a few things through here though. I'm gonna hit a cast or two at these lily pads and these other docks. Here's these, I don't know what them PVC things are. They hold something down over there. I've caught some peacock bass in the past off them type of things. Here comes Boomboxer in this damn boat. Are you kidding me? These people are wakeboarding right over here beside me, playing all this music. I'm gonna have to edit this music out, y'all. I mean, this damn body of water is way too small to be running wakeboards. And this guy's right over here on top of me, playing his damn music at the top of the volume dial. I'm gonna have to edit that out, I guess. It's supposed to be raw and uncut, but when you got idiots like that playing their music so damn loud, I'm gonna end up getting a damn copyright strike. I ain't been in Florida 30 minutes and these Floridians already pissing me the hell off, y'all. Who the hell wants to wakeboard and a plane? I mean, look at this. You could damn near throw a baseball across this lake. Out here with a damn wake boat. Pisses me off. There ain't no courtesy, ain't no respect anywhere. Here comes the music again. I mean, that just ticks me off. Look at this. At least they going back that way. Who wants to listen to the music that damn loud? What if somebody on the wakeboard had a problem? They wouldn't be able to yell at them to let them know. I'm just too damn old, I reckon. I hope I don't get dinged for copyright. I'm gonna be so pissed if I do. That's just uncalled for. Thought I had a bite right there too. I didn't miss that because I'm pissed off. Oh no! Oh, he nailed it too. I missed him twice. I had one hit me, and an out and there about ripped it out of my hand. Let's throw over there again. I hope y'all like crappy music that's watching the video. because they ain't gonna turn that crap down. I don't even know what you call that. I don't know if that's bebop, hip hop, rap. I always heard you can't spell crap without rap. I've got a handful of rap songs on my phone, but they all better than that garbage that boat's playing. Bunch of idiots. Yeah, so anyway, y'all, if part of my video is muted, then it means I've had copyright issues and had to go back and mute some stuff. Now I just launched that gulp right over my head. Yeah, we definitely gonna work along here kind of quick, try to get away from Bebopper over here. Hopefully he'll stay on this side. We'll go to the other side of the lake. That bird up there, he's guarding that kayak. He said ain't nobody messing with that kayak. That's his. I see you, bird. Why don't you fly over that wake boat and take a crap right on their head? He's gonna do it, I reckon. I'll give you a cracker if you do it, bird. I hope he does. I hope he takes the biggest crap of his life right over the top of that wake boat. Here's what we're gonna do for a second. I'm gonna put the gulp up for a second while we're working our way down here on this lake wall. And this area here, we're gonna work this bait here, these crappie magnets, a little quicker. This is my skipjack rig from back home. It's just 2 crappie magnets tied on with a sabiki. Threw right into the weeds. There must be a lot of weeds right in there under the water. Well, we may not be working this down here after all, if I can't land a cast without getting salad all over it. Thought we'd work it through here kind of quick. Make our way down here to this cut through. I hope I don't get hit with a copyright thing. YouTube's funny about that. I've talked to other YouTube fishermen that have had problems when they're on the water and somebody's playing a radio in the background and the computer can pick it up. They're serious about that music copyright stuff. If you have 1 second of somebody's song in your video, then that gives the music company or the artist the rights to all of your ad revenue for the entire video. So like today, we film a 2-hour video, let's say 2.5 hours, however long it ends up being, of daylight out here, and I get hit with the copyright. Well, then they get all the ad revenue from the whole video. I just, for the life of me, I don't understand wakeboarders anyway. It's a different type of people. I've never met a wakeboarder that I like, ever. But I don't understand why you would want to do it in a place where you can't really where you can't go fast. Like this lake here, I mean, there's just not enough space. By the time one of those boats gets up to speed, they've got to turn because there's nowhere to run in here. This is a very small lake. It's just, I don't get it. I don't understand it. I never will. Yeah, we're just gonna, best we can. I got more weeds on that one there. We're just gonna work kind of quick down through here. I wanna get over here some more places where I can throw that gulp with a little bit more effectiveness. And then tomorrow, I'm gonna use them live shiners. Boy, I'm in all kinds of mess here. We're going through a dang weed patch. What am I reeling in now? Is that like lily pads? Let's get on out here, y'all. Let's get on the move. I'm seeing all kinds of stuff floating right here. Let's go over here and throw the gulp on these docks. This was an idea I had about throwing this through here. Well, apparently it wasn't my best idea. I've had plenty of bad ideas though. That's the thing about an idea. It could be good or bad. You don't know till you try it. So it's best just go ahead and try it. And if you try enough bad ideas, you'll eventually just statistically stumble into some good ideas. I got some real good ideas about what should happen with them wake boats. I hope that bird, he was headed that way. I hope he crapped all over him. Here's a fish. What's that? Boy, he come flying up. Is that a little bass? No. What is this? I think this is another one of them exotics or something right here. I don't know what this is. Is that a peacock? I can't tell. Let me see, make sure he ain't got no teeth or nothing. Yeah, I think that's a little peacock right there. He's small. Yeah, I think it is. He don't look as he didn't look as green and as colorful as they normally do, but I think that might have been a peacock. Either way, he's another fish that I don't have at home. There's some big peacock bass in here. I think it wasn't last year. I think it was the year before. Yeah, I think it was 2021. I fished this lake and I got a big clown. Here's another one. Here's another one right here. But I was throwing them crappie magnets and got a clownfish. Yeah, I think this is peacocks. You little old thing. You got any bigger kinfolk down there? He ain't gonna tell. He ain't gonna give them up. You can't depend on these fish. They're cover for their friends. Now I bet you the wakeboarders, if things really went down with them wakeboarders, they'd turn on each other in a second. But these peacock bass, they stick together. I should have asked that peacock bass if he had any hotel advice. I gotta find me a hotel around here tonight. I'd like to stay fairly close to here, since I'll be coming right back tomorrow. I think we'll have a better day fishing tomorrow. I'm feeling like I'm rushing a little bit out here this evening, just because you know how it is psychologically. You want to make as many casts as possible because you know you've got a limited time. before sunset. It's kind of like that. You get that situation in a tournament too sometimes, where if you're in a tournament and you're down to the final hour or two, and you know you need another fish, and you start pressing a little bit, and you maybe fish a little too fast. I just got to slow down and give us a chance to succeed here. I gotta put this Gulp back on. We're gonna flip it upside down and rehook it. That'll give us a better chance to succeed and keep that bait in place. But yeah, y'all, I'm gonna be down here for a little over a week. I'm filming this on Friday, and then I'll be staying down there in the Keys, checking in there tomorrow evening, and then checking out the following Saturday morning, and then making the drive back home. I'll probably split the drive back over 2 days as well. Drive part of the way Saturday and the rest Sunday. I'm gonna get down here and get adapted to these 80-degree summer-like temperatures, and then go home and freeze to death probably. This people's yard, I want you to look at this. They got AstroTurf for a yard. That ain't real grass. The areas in between the AstroTurf is real. That grass and the palm trees and stuff is real. But the grass that the playset is sitting on over there, that's AstroTurf. Or whatever the equivalent to AstroTurf is. They ain't got to mow at all. Not today. I mean, if you got a house like that, you ain't mowing anyhow. Something was hitting me. You hiring a landscape crew to come in and do stuff, but them landscapers, all they'd have to do is just come through with a leaf blower. They wouldn't even have to even mow this place. I'd had something hit me right there a minute ago, but I guess he thought better of it when it come through the second time. It's super shallow over at that dock. That's why I ain't working too much closer to it. I'm trying to stay on the edge here of these lily pads, and there's another set over here you probably can't see on camera behind me. I'm trying to kind of stay on the edge of these weeds. People on these raw and uncut videos, these unedited deals, is sometimes difficult to keep people watching when you break off and have to retie. And I imagine the same thing if I had to dig a bunch of weeds out of my prop on my pedal drive. We'd probably lose some people then too. So we're trying to fish as clean as possible out here today. Oh, I saw something right there. I saw a fish come up and tail right there. I don't know what he was. Throw her over there by him. I saw a tail. I can see weeds. I don't know if y'all can see. I can see them with my polarized glasses on. I have a hard time casting in that just because of the weeds I see on there. We're in a dang weed patch. But I saw a fish over there on top of him. Maybe we'll work this Gulp here kind of near the surface for a second. I don't know what that was. Hell, I might not know what it was even if I got a good look at it. It's hard to identify all these fish when there's so many dang species of fish that you've never seen or heard of before. Hell, you have a hard time figuring it out anyway. Plus, I don't really need to know this stuff, because every time I mispronounce a fish's name or catch something I don't know what it is, I'll get 57 comments, people educating me. So I'll let you all, the audience, take care of me on that stuff. I'll set the hook on a weed. Thankfully the weeds are better than the sticks as far as letting your jig go. Yeah, we're still in the weeds all the way over there. I'd like to find the edge of this weed line, but I can't. I see them right there. I don't know if we're on the edge. No, there's more right here in front of us. If we could find the edge of that weed line, we might could catch something off of it. Make a random cast out here. Hopefully we're near the edge. Passing up them docks, because I can't get over there through the weeds to get to them. Let's go down here to this one, if we can. Y'all bear with me a second. Y'all just admire the sights over here. These people got a little private beach area. Birds everywhere. Beautiful landscapes. These people down here in Florida don't know how good they got it right now, because back home, things about to get real ugly. Right now, back home is still real pretty because of the leaves turning colors. Everything's yellow and orange and red. But once them leaves come down and it gets a little colder, everything's going to be just brown and dead until about April. But down here, everything will still be lush and green. They won't know how good they got it down here. There's a reason people come to Florida in the winter instead of Tennessee. They got, look at them flags up there. There's Penn State. We obviously got a Pennsylvania person and a Florida Gator. Two disappointing college football teams. Old Fishing Key Largo, he's down here somewhere. At least I would assume so, based on his screen name on the YouTube. But he keeps up with the stats on these ultralight videos where they're unedited. He'll tell you how many fish you catch, different species, this, that, and the other. Well, he ain't got many fish to catch or to count today, does he? We gotta get after it here, y'all. We need to get on school or something. See if we can luck into a dock or something that's got a pile of fish on it. We hit enough of them, it's liable to happen. There's another boat by. Thankfully that ain't a wake boat. Here comes a jet ski. If I had to rank them, I would definitely put wakeboarders #1 on my list as far as like stuff I don't like dealing with on the water. Because not only do they have the big waves coming off the boats, but they're also always blaring music at the top of the speaker level. And we're in more weeds all right here. We got to move along here, y'all. We need to get out of this stuff so we can make a cast. Be able to fish a little better. But definitely wakeboarders number 1. I would put houseboaters number 2. They will put off huge waves, especially if it's them yacht club ones. Here comes Sparky and Rover. They're over here barking at me. They need to be chasing some iguanas, what they need to be doing. Houseboaters though, number 2. I would probably put bass fishermen number 3, then jet skiers. And don't get me wrong, I don't like jet skiers. But when I think about all the people I dislike more, jet skiers just keep getting farther and farther down the list. Well, I'm having a hard time in these weeds. Man, everything's choked out with weeds through here. I don't remember it being this bad last year. I could be wrong, but I don't remember it being this far out last year. You know, this jet skier here, he keeps riding close to me like this. He's going to move up the list. He's going to knock off bass boaters for that number 3 spot. He's trying. You know, jet ski is another thing like in this body of water. Once you go around the lake a couple times, you done seen it all. Well, what's the appeal of riding a jet ski? You can't go fast through here. You ain't got enough water. By the time, again, like the wakeboards, by the time you get up to speed, you got to slow down to turn. I just don't understand people. More money than brains, I reckon. We'll see if I pull up any weeds on this one here. I don't see any over here at this dock, but that's going to be our challenge, I believe, is just finding areas that we can cast to and let this thing sink down, that's got some kind of cover, like a dock or some object, but that ain't just choked out with weeds to the point that we can't get the jig down. Yeah, this right here is that little cut through. I just threw that thing right up there. Watch that bird. He's liable to try to snatch that thing. You keep that beak to yourself, bird. That jig ain't for you. You see any fish up there on your perch? He ain't gonna tell me either. He's gonna sit there and pick fleas off himself instead of telling me. These birds don't like tourists. There's all kinds of birds out there. If you was a bird watching type, and I like birds, I got bird feeders there at the house that I fill up all the time. Filled them up right before I left, actually, just to make sure them birds would have plenty of seed and everything while I was gone. But person that was really super into birds, this would be a paradise for them as far as bird watching goes, because they just all kinds of birds and wildlife I ain't never seen before down here. Just set the hook on another weed. I think I got weeds all in my prop here. Y'all gonna have to bear with me a second. Yeah, boy, I'm choked out. I knew I could feel it. Oh, like a Christmas tree right here around my prop drive. I'm hoping that once I get down to the Keys that it's not all weeded out down there too. I had saw on the news back a few months ago that Florida was having I forget what it's called, some kind of algae or seaweed bloom or something. It was real bad this year. And I'm hoping that they weren't them patches down there in the key. Last year there was one day that I was out there and the weeds were just, it was real bad. I kept having to clear my drive and it was hard to cover any water. So I'm hoping it's not like that this time. That's the one drawback, really. Well, there's two drawbacks to a pedal drive kayak that has a prop versus the fins like the Hobie has. One is weeds, because you'll just wrap up in them weeds and kind of choke out your prop. The other is distance. You're kind of at a set distance. The Hobie fins, the way they flop back and forth, you can put your feet all the way forward and kind of keep them fins right up under the hull, so you can kind of push yourself along just inches deep of water. This pedal drive, I don't know how deep it is under the kayak there. It's not very far, a foot or 18 inches or so. But that's your depth. Like, you can't adjust that. So you go into shallower water than that, you got to raise your prop drive. So them's the two big disadvantages of this style. But it's really helpful having reverse when you're doing this style of fishing, especially. And this bicycle motion, for me, from just a comfort standpoint, is way more comfortable pedaling motion than the Hobie stepping motion for their Mirage drive. So I like this setup here. And this kayak is definitely more suited for getting out in the ocean than my other one. Now this lake here is freshwater. It's all freshwater here. So I don't have to, when I get done today, I don't have to hose everything off like I will down there on the ocean. I tell you, metal stuff rusts extremely fast in the salt water. I bought some pliers and some wire cutters last year, brand new, to take down there for my shark fishing. And and they're stainless steel. And within about 3 days, they were covered in rust. So you hook a fish out in the ocean and he breaks you off, or you got to cut your leader or whatever, that hook is rusting out in no time. Make sure somebody ain't behind me here. This canal, very narrow through here, as you can see. Got Range Rover pulling in up there. High society, buddy. Yeah, y'all, we're just covering some water here. I ain't really focusing very long on any place or object until we run into some fish. Looks like there's a house for sale over there on the other side of the bank when y'all want to buy it for me. I can't get you to come through the screen to clear out my pedal drive of weeds. The least you can do is buy me that house over there. It's probably only a couple million. That's pocket change to some of y'all out there watching. I know it is. We're gonna have to pick a side here, y'all. Left or right? I think we'll go right. We'll just keep going this way. What that sound was over there. Maybe somebody out at the pool. You could be at a pool year round out here. You gotta be kidding me. Boy, the people today, y'all, I mean, I come down here in such a good mood. But between the dang, I mean, I was excited to be here. But between the wakeboarders, jet ski, and now Tiger Woods up here hitting golf balls out into the damn lake. They're trying, buddy. They're trying to push my buttons. I ain't gonna let it get to me, though. I'm on vacation. We're vacating. We're gonna keep it all positive today, all week. These people ain't gonna bring me down, not for long. They might annoy me for a minute. It's gonna be short-lived, though. Damn Tiger Woods up there. I mean, just hitting golf balls out in the lake. Makes no damn sense. I thought the purpose of when you playing golf, you want to stay out of the water hazards. That dumbass is hitting balls into the water on purpose. It's beautiful, but I couldn't live down here with this much stupidity. I don't know how I function back home with all the stupid I got around me, but I definitely couldn't do it down here. Hi. You got a nice place there. Yeah. Does that dog chase the iguanas and stuff? And the ducks too. Alright, well, let's move along over here. She was a nice lady at least. At least she wasn't hitting golf balls out into the water. Yeah, if one of y'all just want to buy this house here for me, we might get a window knocked out from Tiger Woods hitting golf balls if he shanks one, but it looks like a nice place. They got all the ground stripped. I wonder if they're gonna put in AstroTurf too. It don't matter to me, y'all. If y'all want to buy me this house and it have AstroTurf for grass or regular grass, I ain't above getting out here and mowing it. I'll push mow it. Be curious to know too if they got to pay a fee to put a dock up. I think I don't know it to be certain, but it seems like there's a fee in some lakes back home that you gotta. Something splashed right there. I think there's a fee back home they have to pay to build a dock. I'm liable to get killed over here if Tiger Woods shanks one, man. He clearly ain't that good a golfer, or else he'd be at the country club and not out here hitting balls in the water. You gotta think at some point in time, he's shanked one and nailed somebody's house. He's had to, if it's simple. I think we got more weeds over here. Yeah, I'm all up in them weeds now. Well, we got a fish right here. Let's see what this is. Let's see what this is. He's jumping around every which way, ain't he? I think that's a large jaw. I didn't come down here to catch you, large jaw. We got you back home. You ain't exciting or exotic. Say hi to these people. Would you, since you speak these people's language, this largemouth bass here, he speaks English. Tell him to hit the subscribe button, would you? He won't. He won't do it for me. I would have asked them peacock bass, but I think they speak Spanish, and I wouldn't have been able to understand it even if he did say it. I can count to 5 in Spanish. That's about as good as you get for me. And I can read off a Taco Bell menu. Let's move along here. I'm worried Tiger Woods is going to be hitting them again. I'd like to cross to the other side. I'm in weeds. Yeah, I'm seeing lily pads all up through here. Let's go over here to this other dock. Let's risk our life crossing over here. Damned old Tiger Woods. See if we can get around the corner over here, maybe away from him, and fish these docks. I'm seeing something come up jumping right there. It's probably a fish he's knocked in the head with a damn golf ball. It's probably having a seizure. Man, these weeds all... I don't remember last year the weeds being this far out. I don't remember it anyway. Well, ultimately, it don't matter. I think Tiger went inside. Good. Maybe we can fish here without risking our life. I always say there ain't no fish worth risking your life over, but hell, when you're just trying to cross the lake and Phil Mickelson's out here swinging for the fences, you know. Oh, here's a fish. Right here, first cast on this dock. I think it's a little better one right here. What is this? Oh, here we go. This is what I want. This is what I want right here. Copper nose bluegill, y'all. This is what I was hoping to get. Come on in here. Nice. Oh man, look at this, y'all. Please tell me that camera's running. Oh man, he's huge. Calm down, buddy. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down, buddy. I want you to look at this thing. If he will calm down, don't put a fin in me now. Let me get the measuring board out here while he flops. Oh man, y'all, this is exciting. This thing is huge. Oh, quit. Hold on. I don't want to blow up on this area. Boy, he will not calm down for nothing. I just want you to lay there and be still just a second. He is only 9 1/4 inches long, but look at my hand compared to him. Look at that, man. He is, I'm telling you, they're dinner plate size. I'm gonna do something. Hold on. I want to get a little picture with this one. Tiger Woods, don't knock my camera off the mount. Let me set you up here a second. Let me set you up here. I want to hold this one. Don't flop on me before I show y'all. Look at that. Is that awesome or what? Nice. All right, let's let him go. We're gonna throw over here. He's probably got friends with these bluegill. They school up just like normal bluegill. They just get that strain of the coppernose. They just get a lot bigger. Lengthwise, I mean, I thought he was longer than that. Only 9 1/4, but dinner plate size. I mean, just bigger than my hand. I gotta take this cameraman down now too. Thing's gonna be in our way now if we're trying to cast. That's a good sign though. That's a good sign. Catch one on the first cast at this dock. I was hoping we'd run into him eventually. I know, it's crazy me getting all excited about a damn bluegill. Come all the way to South Florida. 13 hours. Longer than that with traffic. And get excited about a dang bluegill. Boy, I am. If we had those back home, I would fish for them so much more. I like fishing for bluegill anyway. Y'all know I love me some ultralight fishing. I like catching big bluegill, but them coppernose, they just get so much bigger. The colorations on them too. I mean, they look like a damn zombie fish almost. That one ate it right out in front of the dock on that first cast, but I don't know if he was just swimming out there. Oh crap, I've thrown on that dock. Oh crap. Y'all go over there and get my jig, would you? I swear I can't count on y'all for nothing today. I don't even know what I've done. Where's my jig at? Oh, there it comes. Sounds like that bird right there sounds like a velociraptor from Jurassic Park. Here's what I want to do. Since we're over here now on these dang coppernose, let's put us a fresh gulp. We've probably been fishing, what, hour or so, give or take. Let's just put us a fresh one on. That one's got a crooked tail. There we go. Boy, he's gonna attack us. We in his fishing hole, I reckon. Dang, velociraptors, buddy. Everybody was scared of the Tyrannosaurus Rex, but it was the velociraptors on Jurassic Park that was the most dangerous. All right, we're back in the game now. I can actually ditch my sunglasses here finally. Not that the sun's went down a little more. Yeah, I don't know. There's something splashing right there. Let's throw toward it. I don't know if that was a bait fish or something else that come up splashing right there. Whatever it was, he got me. He just hit it. I think it's another one. I think I got another one. I do. Yep. That's another copper nose. Come here, let me bring you in. Oh man, that's another good one right there, y'all. That's a slab. That's another slab. Oh, this makes me so excited. I'm gonna throw this one on the board too, just for doo-doos and giggles. If he don't poke me in the foot with his fin. Oh, quit now, quit. Just for a second. Let me just see how long you are there. Unreal thing. Man, these things are just like, they're just a bigger, badder version of northern strain bluegill. Yeah, that one there, 8 3/4. But I mean, again, just huge size there. Dinner plate size. He got me all soaking wet in the face. He splashed me in the face. Did he get y'all on the camera lens? Y'all survived it somehow. I don't even mind him splashing me because it is definitely warm and humid today. My body was starting to acclimate not only to slightly cooler temperatures back home, and it's still been 60s, 70s, but the humidity's been gone back home. Very low humidity. You come down here, I stepped out of my car, it was like stepping into a sauna. There was something else busting over here. I wonder if they're not just chasing bait right now. There's something, I mean, he just come right up there and popped it. Man, that's exciting, y'all. That's 2 of them. There's some around this dock. We just need to get them. We need to get them figured out here. Velociraptor over there just got him one. That's a dang pelican. Did you see him just eat that fish? He just swallowed that thing whole. I'm pretty sure that is like a pelican. You know, these fish are hitting. These fish are hitting up on the surface right now. I'm gonna just reel this thing in, just kind of. I'm just gonna retrieve it kind of slow up near the surface for a few casts. See what that does for us, if anything. I want to go back over here too, where we got that other one, before we move along. Unless Tiger Woods comes back out. I'll tell you, we've seen it all today, ain't we? People wakeboarding in a lake the size of a large pond. People jet skiing, same area. And Tiger swinging for the fences out here. That old lady, I was asking her, that dog chasing the iguana, she said the iguanas and the ducks. If I had Daphne down here, I guarantee you she'd get her an iguana. I mean, Daphne, y'all know Daphne, she's the baby cheetah. Them iguanas, they ain't fast enough to get away. I mean, they're fast, but they ain't baby cheetah fast. Cast and retrieve ain't working out. I think I'm gonna go back to letting this thing sink down a little bit. Let me get my line fixed there too, why don't we? I spooled up with fresh line before I come down here. My line, my last ultralight video, my video is going to be out of order because I threw in, I was a couple videos ahead on the catfish. And so I did an ultralight video back home Today's Friday. I filmed it Wednesday, and I bumped it ahead of a couple catfish videos that I had filmed, just to, you know, kind of break it up a little bit. And so everything's going to be out of order. But I don't even know what I was saying now. I don't even know where I was going with that. Just ignore me, y'all. These dang copper nose bluegill have got me all excited over here. I'm having a hard time catching a third one, but they got me all juiced up, man. Oh, something hit me then. You see my line? Do you see my line twitch? And then it's off, man. It's off to the races. I don't know what he is. He's fighting like a Dickens, though. Another one. We got another big one right here. Oh, man, this is awesome. Look at this thing right here, man. Look at that. Be careful. He's liable to break my line flopping around like that. I mean, it's hard to get your hand around these things to get the hook out as thick as they are. That hook's in there good too, but there we go. You going on there too, Mr. Bluegill, whether you want to or not. Don't you dare put a fin in my foot. Oh, this one here, they're getting smaller. We've went from over 9 to 8 3/4. Now we're just shy 8 1/2, but still, I mean, just awesome bluegill. Oh, this makes me happy, y'all. This right here was worth the trip. This was worth the drive. We gotta fix this. He's done tore our gulp up. He tried to steal that gulp, probably. He wanted him a souvenir. He said, "Ain't every day some old Tennessee hillbilly comes down here to South Florida, especially to catch them." People come down here in Florida, they get sharks and tarpon and all these exotic saltwater species. They ain't thinking about no copper-nosed bluegill, but boy, I am. I'm gonna back off this area. The wind's messing with me a little bit here. Fortunately, the wind ain't very bad over here since we went through the canal. Not like it was on the other side where we're kind of blocked from it. Oh, there was some more. Something right there. Let me get over here. Come on, Bessie, let's turn. There's all kinds of stuff hitting them. I need me. You know what I didn't bring with me? You know what I forgot? I forgot a topwater plug. I forgot to bring a top. I go to the tackle shop in the morning. Give me them shiners. I may have to invest in a plug. So if they're biting like this in the evening, probably tomorrow morning could be an active bite too, potentially. They're just kind of popping up at random though. They're clearly over there. I don't know if it's the bluegill doing that or if it's something else. Could be anything. I think I'm torn, y'all. I wanna keep sitting here and hitting this dog, but we're running out of daylight. So I want to keep kind of moving along and covering water to see if we can get on a real concentration. Now, I really, you know, this evening here, really just like to kind of find some places to key in on tomorrow when I got more time. I thought if I can figure out anything, any clues tonight that would help me tomorrow, I'd be ahead of the game coming out in the morning. These things are fun though, I'll tell you that. I like catching bluegill. I like catching about anything except channel cats on the ultralight. Boy, them copper nose, boy, they fight. Yeah, we got that cast up there up under the dock. Let's see what that'll do, if anything. See, I need one of y'all out here with me is what I need. We need to be tag teaming this. One of us throwing a finesse and one of us throwing a larger bait. Top water, something to go after larger, more aggressive peacocks. We could be tag teaming this. But I can't get y'all to do nothing through that screen. Won't help me one bit. I don't know what's wrong with you. I hope you at least hit the like and subscribe buttons. If I can't count on you to help me out here with anything with these actual fish. There goes a flock of birds over too. I hope all 47 of them birds crapped on the wakeboarders too. Make a couple more casts here at this dock. We're gonna get on the move. I hooked that first one. I just knew we was about to just hook them every cast. It ain't worked out that way. Something had popped up right over there where I landed that cast. Nothing though. All right. Well, let's move along, I reckon. We'll go see what else we can find down through here. There's a couple more docks here behind me we're gonna hit. I'm gonna fish right up till dark. This park apparently closes at sunset, which I don't know. There was a lot of people. There's like playgrounds and picnic tables and all that stuff in addition to dog park. Everything over there in addition to the boat ramp. So I'm hoping they don't lock a gate or something. If they lock a gate, I may be sleeping here tonight. It'd save me a little money on the hotel, wouldn't it? There's all kinds of birds over here in this person's yard. There's ducks, and I don't even know what them other ones are. We're about to get a closer look at them though, because I'm gonna start working this way. Let me throw back here, farther back on that dock. I just want to. Ooh, something was right there. Boy, there is some life in this area. Must be trash day. It's either trash day or they just been so busy they ain't been able to bring the cans in. I ain't got no trash service at my house. I gotta take stuff to the dump. All right, let's keep making our way along here. See, them copper-nosed bluegill, they done me a solid by biting, because I was getting a little irritated with the stupidity out here. But now I'm back to being in a good mood again. I think the better play out here would probably be, just like back home, weekday mornings would probably be ideal. I bet tomorrow there'll be a bunch of people out here. I think if I lived down here, I would probably hit like Lake Ida, hit these canals. I'd probably hit these type of places on days where it was real windy, and the rest of the time I'd be out there offshore fishing for toothy critters and sailfish and stuff. That's probably what I'd be doing. It's one thing about a small lake like this, even if the wind's up, you're going to be able to hide from it, especially if you get in these little canals that flow off of this lake. And South Florida is nothing but canals. There's canals everywhere down through here, and they've all got exotics and peacock bass and stuff like that in there. I'm gonna work our way over here to this other dock and down this other side, and we're gonna find some more fish here eventually. Them copper-nosed bluegill, I mean, they're a bluegill. They're obviously going to school like any bluegill would, but I don't know how big their schools are. Like, I don't know. Are they schools of 4 to 6 fish? Are they schools of 100 fish? I don't know. Kind of like to, since we're in this area here that ain't just choked out with weeds, I'm half tempted to bust some crappie magnets back out and make a few casts. But that's where teamwork makes the dream work. People come through that screen and pick up a rod. By gosh, we'll tag team this. I think that up there in their yard is considered art. It looks goofy as all get out, but I think that's considered artwork. There's a little yellow bird up there in that tree. I don't know what that is. That's another one of them exotics. Oh shoot, look right here. Look right here. They're busting right over there on the dang. I got him, whatever he is. I just got him. He's busting right on that wall. He's jumping, whatever he is. I don't know if it's a largemouth or a peacock. Let me back up here. Let me back up. We need a topwater plug, man. I can't believe I forgot to bring a topwater. Never crossed my mind when I was getting my stuff together. Boy, he's fighting, buddy. This one here. Oh, it's a largemouth. That's another old bucket mouth right here. We didn't come down here to catch you, large jaw. Come here. Let me get hold of you one time. That ain't a bad one right there, folks. He's got weed, got him some salad. Let's throw you on the board. We'll at least measure you. That's what he wanted. This fish here, he just wanted to be measured, that's all. Let me make his dreams come true. Put your mouth closed there. Close your mouth. There we go. Yeah, 13 incher. 13 inch large jaw. We'll see you, buddy. It's a good time on that ultralight, man. We saw him busting bait over there. Threw right over there and got him. Well, I'll tell you what, man, this side of the lake, there's more busting. This little area through here has been way more productive than that shallower side that we were starting on. That was all choked out with weeds for sure. We've seen a lot more, not just the fish caught, but just the fish we're seeing. A lot more activity over here. You know, I've not caught a lot of fish, but I feel like to be on a lake I have very limited experience with. And I can feel myself rushing just because we're running low on time. I feel like I'm doing pretty good. I'm happy with how things are going. Hopefully for the 4 or 5 of you still left watching, y'all happy with it too. If you ain't happy with it, you've probably done clicked off by now. I'd hope you have anyway. Why the hell are you wasting your time on something that you ain't enjoying? Life's short, people. Get out there, and if my video ain't doing it for you, go find somebody else's who is. Ain't no point in wasting your life on me if I ain't tripping your trigger, you know. I'm having a good time though. We'll get over here to this side. The wind ain't as bad. No wakeboarders over here, knock on wood. No jet skiers over here, knock on wood. Tiger Woods went back inside. Things have turned around for us today. I made it all the way down here without getting a speeding ticket. That's a miracle in itself. Good things are happening, folks. It's going to be a good trip. We're going to have some fun this evening. We're going to have some fun out here tomorrow. And then we're going after sharks. See if I can't get me another hammerhead in this kayak. That's my goal. Oh, I had one hit me. He was swimming with it and I pulled it out of his mouth. He got it then. He got it on round 2. Let's see what this is. I don't think that's a bass. I don't know what it is though. The water's such a weird color down here. It's tough to tell what it is. That's a bluegill. That's a bluegill. Is that a northern strain? Oh gosh, look at this. Oh man. That is not a copper nose, y'all. That's a northern strain bluegill, and he is huge. Wow. Easy, 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 easy. Yeah, that ain't a copper nose right there. Man, y'all. 8 3/4. Look at the size of him. Look at the gut. That is awesome. Man, I'm gonna get me another picture of this. Hold on, let me get my camera mount here. This one's front camera worthy right here. It ain't every day you get a bluegill that's front camera worthy, but we just got one. This is awesome. Easy peasy, George and Wheezy. Let me see if I can get hold of him. Look at that. I mean, he is huge. Oh, the lighting's terrible right now too with the sun going down. I feel like my fingers, oh, he's gone. Felt like my fingers was covering up the picture. Either way, that was awesome. Let's get the camera back in the chest here. We're gonna pull off this area and make some more cast over here where he was at. He was kind of in this corner over here. Yeah, business definitely picked up over here on this side. I guess this would be the top half of the lake, I guess. I don't know. It's kind of divided. There's that little canal that separates the two sides. Well, I got some bird over here behind me that ain't happy. That was a weed right there I was in. Oh, I gotta take his camera now down again too. We're gonna whack that thing trying to cast. Man, that was a big bluegill. I mean, I expect them to be like that for the copper nose. But I mean, for a public water, that's big. You get a bluegill like that back home, I mean, that's rare. I mean, you get some over 8 inches, but you usually don't get them that thick, that tall. That was awesome. I imagine down here, bluegill would be, as far as people fishing down here, I doubt anybody's fishing for bluegill. These fish, they probably never see a lure that they could eat. Because I'd say most people, even if they're fishing through here for bass or for peacocks, they're throwing larger baits, you know, stuff that, I got one, oh man. That felt good, whatever he was. Dang it. But the people that are fishing down here are probably throwing larger lures to focus on the largemouth and the peacocks. So these bluegill, I mean, they're just a untapped resource down here, really. Throw out there in front of that dock a little bit. On the bottom there. Just a sporadic fish here and there, but by gosh, when you get one, they're a good size. I want to throw over here. Let me swing out a second here, y'all. I'm gonna throw over here under this dock from this direction. Oh crap, I snagged that boat lift. One of y'all hop out on that dock and get it for me, would you? I swear I can't ask nothing, y'all. You'd save me so much time here. I wouldn't be spooking these fish if you'd just jump out there on that dock and go get it. At least we ain't gonna have to break off, I don't think. I think we're gonna get the jig back. I might need to replace that Gulp again though, just spruce it up. Can't remember how long it's been now. Let's get that thing. Oh hell, I'm in the dang carpet on that thing. I may not get it back. There it comes. Yeah, let's go ahead. Normally I don't change out Gulp very often. Those of you that watch my other Ultralight videos and stuff, you know, I'll usually leave it on there until we lose a jig, but today I just, being down here and somewhere somewhere exotic. I don't get to fish, do this style of fishing, or for these fish, I mean. I just want to keep everything as fresh as possible on here, and I do believe there is something to this Gulp juice that's in these Gulp that attracts fish. I believe it. So we'll keep a fresh one. Oh, there was something jumping right there. Jumping right there in front of us. I scooted down the chair. I gotta stand up, man. I about pulled my britches off. They're gonna be calling the law on me out here. I'm out here butt naked. That duck there, I think that's one of them old, I think they call it a Muskogee. We do have those back home. They crap all over everything. I need that duck to get on that wakeboarder's boat. Okay. Well, let's keep moving along here. Look at this boat up here. It's got two engines on the back of it. That's one of them Miami Vice boats right there. That's Don Johnson's boat. I bet you he wears one of them buttoned up Hawaii shirts when he drives it. I bet you'd spend a few $100s in fuel in an afternoon on that thing. I'd be curious to know how big a gas tank that thing's got in it. You'd have to have a big tank to run that thing for any length of time. Yeah, I'm gonna fish right up till dark, y'all. I'm gonna hope they don't lock up this park. It says closes at sunset, but I don't know. I think that may just be for like people using the playground and stuff. Some people are up there feeding them ducks. That's why all them birds is in them people's yard. They're getting fed up there. They got them birds trained. Got old blue heron over here on this bank. We do have them back home. He'll probably take off squawking here in a minute and I get too close. The old heron. He's on some bait over there. There's some food for him over there where he's at. He wouldn't have been sitting there for no good reason. Well, did you see that? He just crapped on camera. He just pooped his pants right there, except it exploded out of his pants on video. And that's just uncalled for. I can't believe he sat there and just had diarrhea right here on video. You talk about a disrespectful bird, buddy. We got women and children watching this bird. He don't care. He don't care one bit. I need him to do that on that wakeboarder's boat. He's watching something over there. He's gotten distracted from us. He saw something down in the water. I see a random lily pad. I'll throw over there by it. That's one thing about them herons, boy. They can be just still as can be. If you told me I had to sit still for 10 minutes straight and not move, I don't think I could do it. You could bet me a large sum of money, and I don't think I'd win it. There could be a contest going on. Win $1,000 if you can sit still for 10 minutes. I don't think I'd win it. But that heron, he could hold that position all day. I don't know how these copper-nosed bluegill act as far as their feeding tendency. Where I was going with that, back home, I'm sure many of y'all notice this too, when you fishing for bluegill, once you get up around dusk and definitely after dark, the bluegill bite stops. I've always assumed, I don't know this to be true, but I assume it to be true, that they kind of go on the defensive after dark because they're on the menu, if you will. There's catfish and bass and other stuff back home that's going to potentially eat them. So they go from predator to prey. But I don't know about these copper-nosed, because down here I don't know that they really have, once they get to be the size that we're seeing here with the hand size, I don't know that they really have any predators in this lake. So I don't know if maybe because of that they'll feed a little later. I don't know. I guess we'll find out, because we're right here around that time frame where usually I'll stop getting bit on bluegill back home. So if we don't catch any more, at least with the copper nose anyway, I'll have an excuse as to why. Now if there's any bass we come across down through here, I would expect them to continue biting, whether it's peacocks or largemouth or whatever. I don't know about them other exotics like the cichlids and clownfish and stuff like that. I don't know. I really don't know anything about them. I know them clownfish they're cool. Them clownfish, I've got a video on my channel where I got one on Lake Ida. I think that was 2 years ago. And then here's something nailed me. I got another one in a canal in Miami when I was fishing with Rob from Antidote Fishing Charters. I think that was 3 or 4 years ago. Here's a copper nose. Here's a copper nose right here. Oh boy, he's a good one too. Let's get up in here, fishy. Oh, let's get a hold of you. Well, we know at least one of them's still feeding right now. Boy, calm it down, buddy. I want to get hold of you. I want to get hold of you now. Hey, calm it down. Indoor behavior, bluegill. Where's that jig at? Oh, good. I thought he had ate it kind of deep. He did eat it kind of deep, but not so deep that we can't get it back. Open up. We're getting that jig back, and we're sending you out of here happy. There we go. Well, if you'd ate it just a half-inch deeper, buddy, you'd have had it permanent. Oh, that's another one right there, y'all, that's over 8.5 inches, and I don't know how tall he is, but I mean that's daggone hand-sized bluegill, man. That's awesome. He nailed that thing. Man, oh man. Well, let's make some more casts. That's encouraging. Get here in this low light period and still be catching those. Makes me happy. hopefully for the 3 or 4 of you still watching, you're enjoying it too. This is a really nice lake down here. I mean, if you're in the South Florida area, again, I think it's West Palm, I think, is where this is located. I could be wrong. GPS. I travel everywhere via GPS. I think this is West Palm. But if you're ever through here, nice place to fish, doesn't cost you anything, parking lot's safe. It's not like some of these canals where you just basically dropping a kayak in off the side of the road somewhere. You can, I'm 98% confident my stuff's going to be there when I get back to the ramp today. So yeah, I'd check it out if you're in this area. Beautiful out here too. I mean, aside from the wakeboarders and stuff, I mean, you can see the scenery. We got another fish right here. Oh, and I botched it. Let's tighten up our drag just a smidge. Oh, there's some more something chasing over there. Yeah, we're about to be coming up on some more fish here in just a minute. There's an airplane going over right now. I don't think it's as loud on this side of the lake either. I think it must have been road noise. I don't know if y'all could hear. I could hear it on that other side when we were over there. I think tomorrow when I come out, I'm going to start the same place where we started catching fish on this side of the lake, and just make my way all the way around tomorrow. I'm gonna buy me a topwater plug, and I'm gonna get me some live shiners. And I'm going to start out probably throwing that top water first thing and see if I can hook a fish. I just hooked something right here. But I'm going to throw that top water, and then I'm going to do some trolling with them shiners and work around through here. That's another big copper nose, man. Come in here. He's trying his best to fin me right there. I don't know why they're so mad at me. Look at this thing, man. Oh man, look at that, y'all. Let's throw you on the board real quick. We got to make some more casts here before we run out of light fish. Oh Lord, oh Lord. Hey. Let me just see. About 8.5. There's some more over here, man. They're right here on this bank by this tree. Yeah, tomorrow we're gonna try to bust one on top water first thing, and then I'll switch everything over to the live shiners, and we'll just troll this area all the way around. I just yanked it out of something's mouth right there. I think them shiners is liable to get us a big peacock tomorrow. I hope it does anyway. I knew I would have a chance at some peacock here with this gulp, because I mean, hell, everything eats a gulp. But I thought my best chance at a big one would be either throwing a lure, a larger lure. I've got big ones there on the crappie magnets in the past, and especially with the live bait. I think most of the people down here that target peacocks, especially the fishing guides, they're using live bait. So that's going to be our play tomorrow. Right over in here is where I saw them fish getting chased a couple minutes ago. So there's hopefully something still over here in this general area. I'm glad things worked. Oh, something was jumping right there as my bait hit the water. I'm glad things worked out for me to be able to fish with the weather. The weather report was questionable a couple days ago for today and tomorrow, but the rain has apparently moved out, and so today and tomorrow both looking amazing. I'll throw back over here one time because there was something along that shoreline there. Let me get over here and get a little closer. This side of the lake, definitely where it's at though. I mean, more activity. We've been shielded from the wind. We've been shielded from the idiots. This side of the lake has been much better to us. I should have just, you know, you don't know what you don't know. But in hindsight, I wish I'd just come over here first thing instead of wasting time over there on the other side. But thankfully, by coming out here this afternoon and getting a couple hours on the water here before dark, I know now tomorrow where to start and spend my time. So mission accomplished from that standpoint. I mean, that was the number one goal, really, was just to kind of figure out where I'm going to need to be at and focus my time on what I need to do. And I think a topwater plug and some live shiners tomorrow, I think we're going to be in business. I'll throw over here on the edge of these trees. It's probably not very deep over there, but didn't get that as close as I wanted to. I hope a bait shop, I hope I can find one that's open before dawn tomorrow. I'd like to be out here at the butt crack of dawn. Oh, look at that. Did you see that? Oh, he's still going. I don't even know what that was. That was a long fish. I mean, he wasn't big, but he was like long and skinny. Yeah, y'all getting a little R&R, a little rest and relaxation. Although, hell, I'll probably be, when I hook into these sharks and you're in a 2-hour long battle where it feels like you've been doing a bicep curl for 2 straight hours, it probably won't feel like it's very much rest and relaxation, but nice to go on a little road trip, fish somewhere that I don't get to experience very often. I'm looking forward to it. I've mentioned before in other videos, but like when I daydream about fishing trips, it's not catfish trips. It's sharks, really. it's that. If I'm thinking about ultralight fishing, I'm not thinking about. I enjoy it. Don't get me wrong. I love ultralight fishing. Places back home, catching bluegill and bass and crappie and stuff. But when I'm daydreaming about it, it's going somewhere different than what I have, like here, that I just don't have access to. I guess if you live down here, I've threw across that branch. Now I've threw into the other one. Lord help us. I told y'all not to cast that close to that tree. Now look what you've done here. You've done thrown into it. I'd have caught 4 more fish already if you hadn't cast in this tree. But I imagine if you lived down here and had access to this all the time, you'd probably just, you know, take it for granted, like probably like I do, unfortunately, from the fishery I have back home. You know, just get spoiled. Which way is that thing wrapping around? Give me that thing back. Give it here. I'm gonna have to pedal over to it, y'all, and just break that dang branch off. Let me get myself lined up with it here. Y'all bear with me a second. We're getting that thing back. I'm about to catch my other rod here on this dang tree. Lordy days. I'm just gonna take that whole branch. What we gonna do? Boy, I'm in the branch behind me on my other rod. We're in bad shape here. I don't even know how many loops I made around that branch, but it was enough to get us all tangled up. Goodness. We ain't got time for this branch. Come on, give me that thing back. We're running out of daylight, branch. Come on now. This branch don't give a crap, buddy. That branch has never give a crap about anything in its life. All right, we're back in the game now. We're back in it, folks. Can't see a sunset, but there's a beautiful skyline over here. It smells delightful out here too. I don't know if it's one of them trees I was just over there on. It ain't on my hands. Something smells good right now. Very fragrant. Yeah, I'm gonna fish right up till it's getting hard to see, and then make a run back to the car, go find me a hotel somewhere preferably close to here, and then do some Google searching, see if I can find a bait shop that's close to here and opens early. So we're going to buy us a topwater plug and some shiners, and then I'm going to be out here bright and early. And hopefully tomorrow there ain't gonna be nobody blaring their music. Even if there's wakeboarders out, it'd be nice to just turn the volume down so I don't get a copyright ding. People over there, I think they having dinner outside tonight. I wonder if they got a hamburger they'd let me have. You think if I pedaled over there real slow and was kind of looking all hungry and stuff, they'd invite me up there? I bet they wouldn't. The way them kids over there hollering, I don't know if I could stand to eat dinner with them or not, even if it was a free meal. Yeah, y'all, this hasn't been, I mean, as far as numbers goes, well, they just broke something. I heard the glass break. That bird's ticked at y'all. He don't like us one bit. He says he didn't consent to being filmed. I don't know what kind of bird that is. He's got a red beak. He don't like us none though. He's giving you the mean mouth. He says we interfering, our fishing's interfering with his fishing. But yeah, this trip out here this evening, I mean, for as long as we've been filming now, I don't, what's the camera say? A couple hours into this. We haven't gotten a ton of bites in the 2 hours. But I've learned a lot. I feel like I've got a solid plan coming into tomorrow, and we've gotten a few of these copper nose now, which I'm very excited about. A couple of what I think was probably small peacock bass. Got a couple largemouth. We got the first fish we caught over there. I don't know if that was a tilapia or a Mayan cichlid. I think it was one of them. Here's something that just hit me. Let's see what this one is. I can't tell yet. Another bluegill. This one here is another northern strain. Man, y'all, this is awesome. Look at those. Well, y'all ain't gonna look either. He done gone. He wasn't having it, folks. I was going to throw him on the board too. He looked like another one there. It was probably in that 8-inch range. But he was not having it. But yeah, I mean, we ain't got numbers wise. We haven't tore them up out here. Big numbers. Really haven't got on any area where it was just one fish after another. But I feel like this has been very productive for the short time I've been out here. I'm feeling really good about coming out here tomorrow. I know exactly where I want to go and exactly what I want to do. I think we're gonna have a good time. I don't know if y'all I'm gonna have a good time. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna fish until it's time to go to the airport. Swing by, pick up the partner in crime, and then head south. I think I'll have to GPS. I think it's like 2 or 3 hours from the airport to where I'm gonna be staying at in the Keys. So definitely be after dark when I get there tomorrow evening, but Sunday, you better believe I'm gonna be after them, buddy. I'm gonna go after some bait and then get right after them sharks. Only thing that's gonna keep me off the water this coming week is either storms or high winds. Otherwise, I'm gonna be out there going after them toothy critters. I want me a hammerhead so bad I can't hardly contain myself. Oh, another one. This one feels good too. I don't know if y'all can see it or not with the light getting the way it is. What do we have here? What are you? I can't tell. Oh, it's another slab. This one's copper nose. My gosh, look at the size of those things. Man, this is awesome. What I wouldn't give to have these back home. You're gonna calm down for me, okay? I'm gonna put you on this board and I'm gonna let you go. You're gonna be calm and cooperative. 9 inches. He'll touch 9. Wow. I mean, just, oh, ornery's what he is. Just ornery. Yeah, but now that we've got over here on this side where I can cast around these docks and trees and everything's not choked out with weeds like it was on the other section of the lake, we're getting bit so much more frequently. this is definitely where I need to focus my time tomorrow. And I'm sure, don't get me wrong, I'm sure if I had some electronics on this kayak and I could find the edge of those weeds on the other side, we could undoubtedly catch some fish on the weed line, just working it. But this bait here, if I don't know where the edge of the weed line is, and I'm throwing this jig out and it's just sinking down into those grasses and the lily pads and stuff, you just can't work it effectively. I got another fish right here. Whoa, this is another one. Feels good. Yeah, another copper nose. Oh man, I was so hoping to get on some of these. These fish have made my night. I know people's gonna be making fun of me. How the hell do you you're in South Florida, how do you get excited over bluegill in South Florida? By gosh, I am. Oh, give me that thing back. This one's ate it a little bit deep too right here. I think you're gonna be okay too. You're another one that got real lucky. You'd ate it a little deeper, you'd have been in trouble, Mr. Copper Nose. Oh, let me just put you on the board for duties and giggles. You know what? You're ornery. You're ornery, and you're right at the 9-inch mark. Man, I'm telling you, these things are going to ruin bluegill fishing back home for me, y'all. I had that happen several years ago. I think it was like 2014 or 2015. Maybe it's 2013. Anyway, it's been about 10 years ago. I went and fished these trophy, they were managed ponds for trophy bluegill. And I went and spent a day fishing over there, and I caught the biggest bluegill of my life. I mean, they were just huge bluegill, pushing 2 pounds. Every fish you caught was over a pound. I mean, it was amazing. But after fishing there, when I went back home and was just catching little 6-7 inchers and stuff, boy, it took a little while to kind of appreciate them again. Because you'd just been every cast in that particular pond was just a huge bluegill. But that pond, there's a guy who does that, and he runs a guide service out of those ponds, but he manages them specifically for growing trophy bluegill. So he's got like the shock equipment and stuff, and he'll go through periodically, shock those fish up. He'll remove a bunch of the fish. Like he's very scientific about it. Like he can tell you how many bluegill you need per acre, how many bass you need per acre, the size of the bass you need to keep the populations of bluegill under control. He would feed those fish. He had like feeders set up they were periodically shoot food into the water throughout the day. I mean, he had it down to a science, literally. And those were the biggest like northern strain bluegill I've ever caught. Now, he did have some copper nose in there. I can't remember if it was in both. There was 2 ponds. We spent a morning session fishing one pond, and then an afternoon we moved to another pond. I know there was some copper nose, but the northern strain bluegill, oh, I had one hit me. The northern strain bluegill in these ponds were huge too. So it was a pretty good experience. But same scenario then as now. You go back home after catching bluegill like this, a little 5 and 6 inchers that are normally a fun time aren't going to necessarily seem as fun, at least for a week or so, probably. Well, you probably can't see it, but that is a cool tree right there. It looks like the roots come up out of the ground and all the way up to them, to the branches. I don't know what kind of tree that is, but that's cool. Y'all probably can't see it though because we're here at low light. You'll get a better look at it tomorrow probably. There's something else I gotta do today too. Before I go to find a hotel, I gotta find something to eat. This old boy is hungry. I stayed at the Comfort Inn in Valdosta and it had free continental breakfast included, so I had that before I left, which their continental wasn't a continent I was wanting to be on, that's for sure. What's this? I think that's a tiny peacock right there too, I think. You're a little old thing. You threw my gulp off. Get out of here. That may be the smallest peacock ever caught in the history of the world. But anyway, the Comfort Inn in Valdosta, if you stay there, lower your expectations on the continental breakfast. They had some dried out cheese egg omelets. I don't normally like Fruit Loops, but they only had Fruit Loops and Frosted Flakes, and I think Cheerios was the other cereal option. I couldn't get a waffle because there was a line. It was just too long. I ain't had time for that mess. The waffle maker, I guess because the rest of the breakfast options was so bad, everybody was making their own waffle. So my Fruit Loops and a couple bites of a dried out cheese omelet and the cup of yogurt I had has long since worn off. Something else jumping right down there. I think probably what I'm gonna do, gosh, there's so much down through here I want to fish. I'd like to hit this other dock over here. I'm just running out of time. Like I said, it gets dark so early these days. Cast over here, see if we can sneak over here to this dock, and then we're probably going to be out of light for filming purposes after that. But you know, we're still getting some bluegill later in the afternoon here than what I thought. We definitely back home, I mean by now the bluegill bite's pretty well over back home by now. Just like I said, I think it's a predator prey type thing. I think they go from being on the feed to being worried about getting fed on, and so they kind of hunker down. You just don't catch them after dark. But out here, these fish, we've been getting them. I don't know. I don't know if it's a species thing or just the fact that there's probably nothing in here that could eat one of those coppernose. There may be something in here that possibly could, but maybe a big largemouth or something. I don't know how big the largemouth get in here. I would assume all of these South Florida lakes are probably have some huge bass in them just from the long growing season. But beyond that, I don't know what you would have in here that could possibly eat them. Just the fact that they're so dang tall, you know, I mean, it's a mouthful. To my knowledge, I don't think there's any catfish in here. I could be wrong on that. Somebody could have put them in here or something. But to my knowledge, there's not any blues or flatheads. If there was any catfish in here, it would probably be channel cats, which me being on vacation don't change the fact that I still won't catch no channel cats. Oh, there goes the jet ski. We've been pretty fortunate since we got to this side of the lake that we ain't had to deal with them idiots. I didn't think it was legal to ride them things at this hour anyway. I thought it had to be a daytime thing. Of course, I don't know who'd ride them a ticket out here. They've got some dog tore up over there, though. It's having a conniption about them. Yeah, this area tomorrow, I'm going to work this area tomorrow real thoroughly, all the way around. We're going to hit all these docks tomorrow. We're going to have a good time. I've had a good time out here this evening. But we're going to have a real good time tomorrow. I can feel it down in my loins, y'all. I can feel it in my bones. We're going to have us a good time. Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. We just at that point here. I don't know how well you can see. I look still, it's a light on the screen. It's not as bright out here as what it looks on the camera right now, I'll tell you that. But I'm about to make a run back over here. We probably got I don't know, I'm probably 20 minutes away from the ramp at this point. But I'm gonna make a run and get over here before it gets completely pitch black dark and I get one of these jet skis or wakeboarders run my ass over on the way back, so I ain't got no light with me. But I feel like this has been a successful trip out here. I really do. I mean, we didn't get the volume of fish, obviously, that I would have liked to have, but I got my #1 target species with the copper-nosed bluegill. Got what I think is some smaller peacock bass. We'll probably get some bigger ones tomorrow, either with the top water or the live bait on those, so I'm not worried about that. But, I mean, overall, several fish out here for a short session. I learned where I need to be tomorrow. I got a plan, so I'm feeling pretty good about it. So I think day one, and then not even a full day, of the South Florida road trip adventure. It's going well, y'all. So anyway, for those of you that continue to watch me this time of year, appreciate you. Thank you so much. Hopefully, I'm going to have a lot more content from this trip, especially once I get down the Keys and we start going after them sharks. So anyway, y'all, I'm going to get out of here, go get me a hotel and a bite to eat. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.